Thank you for tuning in to Mikey Talks. I'm your host, Mikey, and today I'm going to talk about excuses. Because excuses can make things a lot harder in life than they need to be. In my opinion, an excuse allows you to feel better with being where you're at in life, and it'll stop you from actually going after what you want, because once you make an excuse, it allows you to not feel like you have to work towards something because you don't think you're going to get it. It would be like if you ever wanted to release an album. You can make excuses. Like, I would love to release an album, but my singing's not good enough, so I'm not going to even try. Or, I'm not a good guitar player, I'm not going to try it. It's just a waste of my time. Or, I don't have the money. I'm never going to have enough money for an album. I'm never going to get a record deal. I'm never going to be able to get the equipment and actually learn how to record everything on the equipment and mix and master my own songs. And then you can just create more excuses, and then that would allow you to feel like you're not going to ever release an album, and make it easier to not release an album because you feel like you can't release an album. But at the same time, you feel like, well, I'm going to release an album or an EP, so how am I going to do that? I'm going to try to find someone that is cheap right now, because it's just like my first album or a demo or an EP. It doesn't have to be the most perfect thing right now. It's just to test the waters. Just think about it as an experiment, and find someone that can do it for cheap, and then just go and record your album. For me, I recorded an album, never thought I would do it, but I got tired of making excuses, so I contacted someone that turned their garage into a little recording studio. I spent $160 for 4 hours, and I went there, and I just played guitar, and I sang, and once the 4 hours was up, I was done, so I practiced my songs until I got them down, and I went in, and I only had to retake a couple of the songs. Most of my songs were filmed in one, or recorded in one take of me playing guitar and singing at the same time. There's only one song that I had 2 takes split together to make it a full song because I kept messing up, but for the other 11 songs on my album, there was no editing as far as splitting things, putting them together. It was just that whole recording. It was just me singing and playing guitar at one time and getting it done and over with. That's what it was. So I was able to release an album. So when you make excuses, it can stop you from doing what you want in life. It can stop you going from where you want in life. It can stop you from creating the life you want. But when you stop making excuses and you start going, how can I do that? I know where I want to go in life. How do I get to where I want in life? I know I want this. How do I get that? That would be a better way to think about it. Because even if you fell, you can go back to the beginning and think about how did you fail, but what did you do good, and figure out and come up with another plan on how you're going to get to where you want to go. And if you fail again, that is fine. It happens, because you're not going to just get things right away. Life is always going to throw stuff your way. Life is always going to make things challenging sometimes a lot more challenging than it needs to be. But there's always a way to get what you want out of life. There's always a way to achieve your goals. Even if you fell 1,000 times, there is still a way to achieve that goal. And that's all you have to do, is just stop making excuses and start thinking, where do I want to go in life? What do I want out of life? And start actively working towards it. And if you don't know what it is, that is fine. Just brainstorm. Make a big goal. The goal could be I know I made it mention in a different video, but the goal could be buying a house, because buying a house could be expensive. So if your main goal is to buy a house, and you make excuses like, I'll never own a house, I'll never make the money for the house, I'll never be able to get a house, that's a bad way to think about it. But if you think of, how can I get that house? Then it allows you to really focus on what you can do to get that house. Because you can't do everything all at once, but you can do things here and there to eventually achieve that goal. As far as buying a house, that's your big goal, but you can make smaller goals. And the smaller goal could be save up $5,000 for the house, save up $10,000 for the house, and then maybe try to find an agent to try to find a house, that kind of thing. And when it comes to that, there's more than one way to buy a house. And if you really want a house, because a lot of successful people work more than 40 hours a week. And if you really want that house, and it's something that you really, really want out of life, there's nothing stopping you from getting 2 jobs. You can get a 40-hour job to help pay the bills and all that kind of stuff, but you could get another 20-hour job to go toward, like a 20-hour-a-week job, part-time job, to go towards the buying the house. You could also maybe do freelance work or help out your neighbors do yard work on your time off, or try to find, or even sell some of your stuff on like eBay, or have a garage sale and use that money to go towards your house. Just find different ways that you are able to make some extra money to save up towards your house. And since you most likely never bought a house before, since that is your big goal, is buying a house, there are actually grants called like first homeowner grants, which when you are approved, it'll help you get a house for anywhere from like 3.5 to like 10% of a down payment. And that is a lot better than that 20% down payment that is your average down payment for buying a house. So you would be able to buy a house for less money up front and be able to get that house and then start paying bills on that house and start actually paying off that house a lot sooner, since you're able to move in that house sooner. So yeah, that's all I got for this video, is just don't make excuses. Find out what you want in life, figure out how to get there in life. If you fail, that is okay. People fail. Success is not linear. You're gonna fail, but you're gonna get back up, and you're gonna try to figure out how you can still get your goal, and you're gonna fail again, and then you're just gonna try to figure out how to get your goal again, and then you're gonna fail again, and that is just part of life. Just stop making excuses and start figuring out how you can get around the problems in life. How can you get what you want out of life? And when life throws something at you, figure out how you can just get around what life threw at you, and then get back and then start achieving what you want in life. And that's all I have for this video, and I have a goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers on this channel, and you can be one of my first subscribers, so go down below and subscribe to my channel and help me achieve my goal. And as always, I hope you have a great day.